All right, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all on another episode of Running With You. And today we got to run about the Saints getting a primetime game. A lot of people was under the impression that we wasn't. But in fact, Nick Underhill reported that we is. I just don't know, who we're going to be playing. But I do know one thing. We got a game in Paris versus the Steelers. Whether that's going to be Aaron Rodgers at the helm of Pittsburgh, I'm not sure. Nobody's sure yet. We don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. I'm getting tired of Aaron Rodgers. Like, everything just always up in the air with him. I just wish he retired. I'm getting tired of his ass. But it's going to be a tough game. One thing about the Steelers, that's one team that, going to always bring their lunchbox, and you got to just play a hard-fought match with them, bro. They just a physical team, tough team, defensive-minded team, and they fans travel. So by us having that as the home game and we got to go to Paris, that's kind of a bummer. Plus, they fans travel, so, it is what it is. Now, your boy might be at that game. BB going to the game, I believe, so I might go to that game. So us covering that game during halftime after the game, that'll probably be some cool stuff for y'all. So be on the lookout. I might go to that game. Now, as far as the schedule, showing that we play the Lions first, week 1, that's going to be an offensive game. I don't think both defenses going to be ready. And I think, when it comes to, teams, defenses, they start to come around, towards the mid-season or whatnot, and offense, they get the rolling. So I think that's going to be a very offensive game because both teams got to figure out which one another is doing. They don't have that same offensive coordinator no more. He's the coach of the Bears now. We all wanted him, but we got Kellen Moore. I think that was the second best thing we could have did. But at the end of the day, they still got Dan Campbell, and he's a very good coach, and that team rallied behind him. So Jared Goff, Tyler Shuck, week 1 in Detroit. I think it's going to be good, bro. I think it's going to deliver a good game. Then we got the Baltimore Ravens. I like the Lions and I like the Ravens, but the Ravens, I really like the Ravens. They used to be my team on Madden a long time ago. I used to really love Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Chris McAllister, Todd Heap, Jamal Lewis, that old little bunch right there. So I do think that we got to bring our lunchbox again. That's going to be a very physical team. I don't think we're going to just put up a lot of points on them. That team, Lamar Jackson, we all wanted Lamar Jackson. We got Marcus Davenport. But, look, that's going to be a tough game, bro. Out the gate, the Lions. Out the gate, Baltimore. Then we got the Raiders. The Raiders going to be trying to figure things out. They got their coach who's used to be our offensive coordinator. I really was kind of hoping that he would be the successor head coach to Dennis Allen for us, but that didn't happen. We wound up getting Kellen Moore. I'm still cool with how everything played out, but he's a pretty good coach. He just took the Seahawks to the Super Bowl and won with them with that offense. Sam Darnold was a quarterback. So you get this other rookie quarterback who a lot of people saying is really good. You get Genty as the running back and, all the other weapons, Brock Bowers. I think they're going to be a pretty decent team. It's going to be something to look forward to if you're a Vegas fan. But I think it's going to take time for it to develop. So a lot of people kind of penciling in as that's a win for us. But I ain't going to just pencil in as a win. And I ain't going to pencil in the first 2 games as a loss. If we go 3-0, these first 3 games, great. If we go 2-1, good. But if we go 1-2, I'll take it. But we cannot go 0-3. We cannot go 0-3. At best, if we go 1-2, that'll be good. Let's just, take our bumps early, find our footing, and then we got to start getting hot towards mid-season. A lot of people feel like you don't know who's really who until like about week 7, week 8 anyway. Sometimes people even say week 6, A month and a half of football, people kind of really see who's who. So I just want to say, man, I know right now the fanfare is very high. I know T Dirty had made a video saying, don't just eat the cheese too early. Don't be drinking the Kool-Aid too early. We don't want to be paper champs. Let's go out there and let them earn it. And I think I'm fine with that. I want to go out there and earn it. Even if we didn't get a primetime game, let us earn it. So they did give us to us. So whatever primetime game we get us, we got to come in, show up, and show out. Because I don't want to just keep on referring back to Drew Brees and the Sean Payton era. I'm going to try not to do that, but it's hard not to do that when that's the only level of success that we ever experienced as a Saints fan as far as prosperity. But I remember when we had them primetime games with them, we showed up and showed out. Now sometimes the defense might not have, came to play, but that offense held it down. And that's one thing I think the offense need to do. The offense got to come hold it down. You know what I'm saying? So I think when it comes to Tyler Shuck, I think a lot of people are having a lot of high praise for him, and I think he got a lot of pressure on him. I think he got to really live up to the success that a lot of people are, hoping that he can, live up to this team. A lot of people are feeling like he could be our Jordan Love. When Jordan Love came into the league, was sitting behind Aaron Rodgers all that time, he was kind of older and young head coach, offensive-minded head coach, and all of a sudden they became a contender. Same thing with the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they was figuring it out. They got Sam Darnold, good offensive coordinator. They started putting some piece together with some drafts, and they turned it around. It just so happened made the Super Bowl along with the Patriots. Drake May, second season, bam. Went to the Super Bowl, new head coach. Same thing with the Bengals. Joe Burrow, second year, they got Chase, somebody who's, a hell of a playmaker. And bam, they used that to get to the Super Bowl. Like a lot of people are feeling like the Saints, I ain't gonna say a lot of people are feeling like we're gonna just be this contender. Me personally, right now, thinking if we can improve from last year, that's good. And I think we're a year away from a year. I don't think we're just gonna go on this run next year, but I do think we're gonna improve in a lot of different ways. I just gotta be, shown by the defense that the defense could carry its own weight. That's what I'm waiting to see. Now, as far as Staley, I'm very fine with our defensive coordinator. I'm fine with him. I just don't trust Riley. I just don't trust Kool-Aid just yet. I just don't trust Isaac Yadam just yet. I just don't trust that. Like they gotta show me. When we went to the Super Bowl, we had Jabari Grove over there locking down. When we did good at all them, prime years, when we had Michael Thomas and Lattimore and Alvin Kamara and all of them, we had Lattimore locking the whole side down, and that changed the whole defense. Not to mention we had Marcus Williams back there, and Cam was in his prime. DeMario Davis was in his prime. Like, we got to see what's going on with the defense. Now, as far as the offense, we got a lot of high praise. We got this one dude, he coming in, another seemed like fan favorite. I guess he's some type of wrestler's son. You looked at his highlights, very physical, gifted dude. But that physical, gifted stuff don't matter. You got to know how to play football. You got to know the X's and O's. You got to know how to do the small, basic stuff efficiently. All the good wide receivers in the league, a lot of them didn't run just very fast. They were very fundamentally sound, and he got to get these fundamentals down pat. So if he one of these people who come in and get cut when it's time to be cut, and people be shocked or people be mad, I won't be surprised. But I hope he do make the team. I hope he do come in, because the more playmakers we got, the better for sure. We need it all right now. We still don't know what's going on with Cam. We still don't know what's going on with Alvin. I think with both of them, I think we maybe 2 more win team. With one of them signed, I think we are 1 more win team. With none of them signed, I think that can hurt us. But I think we could still be a pretty good team. I just think it helped when it comes to the locker room. When the chips are down and we need that morale back, and we need somebody that could be a leader and turn to, I think those guys play a part. But somebody else can stand up. Like, who's to say Ellis can't stand up? Who's to say Chase Young can't stand up? Who's to say Eric McCoy can't stand up? Like, somebody got to stand up. Now, right now, I think soon they're going to tell us who we're going to get with the prime time. I know everybody, waiting on Nick to drop it. Me personally, who we play, who I would like to see us have a primetime game with. Of course, I would like to see us have a primetime game with the Falcons, but at the same time, I don't think they're gonna make that a primetime game. It's gonna be a good team that they're gonna make it a primetime game with. But as far as when the full schedule release, y'all gotta be waiting for my schedule prediction. It's gonna be me, B, and it's gonna be Marlon. We're gonna give our schedule predictions. We're gonna go through each game one by one, and we're gonna see where the Saints land, bro. That schedule is looking kind of tough right now. I'm not gonna lie. You know, the first two games. These two games is really going to see what we made of. But at the end of the day, the season ain't over in week 2. So if we do, you know, not look too good, man, just be patient. It's a 17-week season. But other than that, man, I pretty much think I covered everything I want to talk about. Yeah, the season almost here, bro. But I want to tell y'all, I'm starting a new leaf, man. That's another thing I wanted to tell y'all. I'm starting a new leaf. And my new leaf is that I'm turning over a new leaf is going to be, I'm not about to be as superstitious as I used to be. One thing I used to be as far as a fan, I used to be very superstitious. If I was watching a game and we was doing good and I was sitting in a particular chair or something like that, halftime come, if I want to sit somewhere else, I'm not going to sit nowhere else just because I think where I'm sitting at has some type of energy on the game. So this time around, I'm not going to have all that going on. Like, I'm not going to be so worried about injuries. Like, a lot of people are worried about Jordan Tyson right now. They saying, damn, we drafted this dude and he was already injury prone and now he can't, you know, practice a second consecutive day because his injury. Like, I'm not about to put that in my head. I'm not about to give my energy to that no more. Like, if somebody get hurt, bam, next man up. Come on. That's the whole reason we went got all these wide receivers, just because if somebody do get hurt, we got some skilled people up in here, you know? So all this getting hurt stuff, all this, you know, worry about why I'm sitting superstitious. I got this jersey on. We can't lose in this jersey. I'm not doing all that no more. It's already too much stress to be a Saints fan. You know, I didn't seen Beast quake. I didn't seen the Vernon Davis catch. I didn't seen the Diggs Minnesota Miracle. I didn't seen the push off with the Vikings. Like, I didn't seen all this. You know, like it ain't no more stress this team could give me. And I'm not trying to put myself in that no more. And if you that type of fan like that, I advise you to do the same. You know, and don't be just gambling and putting these parlays with your heart. Use logic. That's one thing I can say. Because one thing about an addiction that's people starting to become more and more popular is gambling. So with these parlays, with these Saints, bro, if you're the type of gambler that always gamble on the Saints and the Saints player, do not gamble with your heart. Use logic and go off of consistencies. You know, so that's one thing I can say, bro. Turn over a new leaf. Don't be superstitious. Don't be gambling with your heart. And I could tell you, don't just be over worried about injuries and, you know, during the preseason, hoping the guy don't take this many steps, telling him get out the game and all that. Whatever happened, just let it be, you know. But other than that, man, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Are you turning a new leaf as a fan? Who you think the primetime game going to be against? How you think we're going to make out the first 3 games? What you think about the guy that we made the team that everybody's so hyped about with the wrestler son? I know his last name's something Steiner or something like that. I ain't even much about to butcher his name, but a lot of people are having a lot of excitement about him. I just know one thing. That boy Lucas Kroll, goddamn A.T. Perry, goddamn, you know, a lot of these guys that they came and was like minicamp warriors and had a lot of fanfare during minicamp. Man, they ain't did shit. You already seen what happened to Nick Saldiveri, man. That motherfucker ain't shit either. So I ain't even about to put all my eggs into one basket. If they do good in the preseason and they earn a spot, they do good. May the best man win. That's how I look at it. But until next time, man, I'm out. Leave me your comments. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what you waiting on? Until next time, I'm out. Who that?